dang tham jin chen be bar de ju bar se ba tham je je zor se be ma nang ga da nyam be sem jen da de wa dang den do nga ra dang zha nyor de la na me ba yang da bar zo be sang ju rum bo je do bar sa da sang zha ji beng lai ji mei perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas or yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dragas, the darkness, and the Dharma guardians, possessors of eye of wisdom. And try it in the heart of enlightenment. I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and the likewise. In the example of a Bodhisattvas, as the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, are true for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to a complete stage of the path. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge under enlightenment reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain both out for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be suffered from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faithful mind to all Tathagatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathagata state, those who are reaching it at the present, and those Tathagata state to come. Through the power of Samadabhara's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest vividly in my mind, opposite to them, multiplying my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom, I visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms, surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus, all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all Buddhas, I make offerings of various pure flowers, flower garlands, or music, honoring oils, manifesting light and fragrant incense. I make offering to them fine garment, perfume, and purple, for the highest movement, and orange in the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of great Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all Buddhas in the 10 directions of great Bodhisattvas and the Pakika Buddhas, those who have attained Aharasha, those who have entered the path of Aharasha, and all other beings. I request to great protectors, the Buddhas, to turn the highest way of Dharma as the light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, leading them gradually to the enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intend to pass into Parindavana to living long for as many years as the atoms of the earth in order to benefit the beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. The ground is spanking with the scented waters, true with the flowers. It is adorned with the meadow, the spring mountain, the four continents, the sun and the moon. As a Buddha fair, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness as a Buddha fares. To the Lama who possesses the three kayas, I offer altar inner and the sacred offerings with my body, wealth, and all that is visible. Please grant me supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rina Mandala, Panza Manga Saman, Savarina Samaye Ahong. I call refuge, O name of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor, Vajradhara, Vidwador. I bow at the feet of Father Jigtin Songong. Continually I think of no one but you. Compassion one grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the two vehicles and the combination, according to this position, the likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. His wisdom reverent like the sun, free of clouds of two words, and perceive the various steps of knowledge in the true nature. For this reason, he holds wisdom texts. At his heart, he has a compassion. For all beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara as a father for all only son. Like a thunderclap, he wakens those who are sleeping in ignorance and losing the charm of karma through the 60 branch of Haramana speech. He wears wisdom silver to cast sadness of suffering, to dispel darkness of confusion. In the Bodhisattva form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. I supplicate you, Manjushri, adorned by the 112 Sons of Buddha, to dispel darkness of my ignorance. Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade. Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Om Arapatsanade, Om Vangeshwaram, Om Vangeshwaram. Om Vangeshwaram, Om Vangeshwaram, Om Vangeshwaram. Om Vangeshwaram, Om Vangeshwaram, Om Vangeshwaram. Om Vangeshwaram, Om. You are the perfect, beautiful body whose flame of wisdom blesses, and the dispel darkness of ordeal ignorance are posted before you in the praise to Manjushri. Yunde gelen changwai po yishe drume rabden baran jikden dum o menzaro jambar yang la sanzer du. Tange duje jaje reisen dong yenje menye medo deje pongjomba serje lambo tawar jibe shaje jarve jala geza dorjen janjen de lo naro marva je
We lost you, Kempola.
Yeah.
We lost you. We can see you now, Kempo.
You're on mute, Kempo.
You're muted. Yeah.
You're still on mute, Kempo. I think he's frozen again. For those just joining, we're waiting for Kempo to rejoin. His internet connection was lost.
Okay. Can you hear?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes.
Okay, something I don't know is computer is hanging, you know, not working. Then naturally shut down everything again. Come back again. So I take birth again. Death and birth each moment. Okay, so now today the teaching letter, Nagarjuna's letter to friends. We are verses, I think it's 58. So we finished yesterday verses other 57, today verses 58. Then this teaching has virtue in the beginning, virtue in the middle, virtue in the conclusion. So we are in the second virtue in the middle teaching. It's main teaching. Main teaching has many different subject, actually topics. So today Nagarjuna sharing is impermanent. Right now it's like he's sharing impermanent. Yesterday he talked about impermanent. So author or this universe are also impermanent. Not only inner sentient beings impermanent. This author universe are also, you know, not always the same. It's changing all the time. So then one day is author universe are also going to burn the fire. So this has many information, lots of information about this the seven blessed suns, you know, will be consumed by seven blessed suns. Seven suns comes, they hold this universe as burned up and then restarting again. And then water destroy, restarting again, wind destroy, restarting again. So that kind of lots of information in the Abhidhamma teachings. So the main point is the author universe is not permanent, it's impermanent. Not only us inner beings. So now, today is 58. It is all impermanent, devoid of self. So we have to know everything is impermanent. Nothing is permanent or is impermanent. So devoid of self, also we don't have self exist. You know, of course, devoid of self, self also no exist, is impermanent. So that's the reason. So if you are not to stay the refugeless, so we are stay in samsara, and then in the samsara is refugeless, means no refuge, no protections. So no one can, you know, like protect and help us. This one is just main point is the truly, you know, like long as we stuck in samsara, then no choice, we have suffering. So that's why they're refugeless and helpless. And samsara is no one can really helpless. Is, you know, truly help is you practice the dharma, and then we are free from samsara. Then that is truly helpful. But other everything in samsara, within in samsara, is truly no helpless and helpless. That's what drag your mind away means. Like we have to give up from samsara and wanting liberate. So the point is we need renunciation to samsara, or where our king from planting like samsara which has no core. In samsara, no any essence. The Nagarjuna, he's telling, the king, and telling for us actually through his compassion. So give up samsara, try to, get liberation. The reason is in samsara, no protections. No one truly can help because everyone's stuck in samsara. So that's why no one really can help each other. Only temporarily, yeah, so we can say we can help each other, but truly no one can help each other. Example, like 100 people sinking in the ocean, no one knows how to swim, so then they cannot help each other. Same, in the samsaric beings, everyone's suffering in samsara. No one free from suffering. That's why no one can really truly help each other. Helpless. Due to that, drag your mind away. So we let go samsara. The point is, create renunciation. In this one, actually, Nagarjuna is going into, I think, like little bit he's sharing here is a defect of samsara, So samsara is a suffering. That's why mind away of king means like mind away from the samsara. So he telling us, king, from planting like samsara, which has no core, means, and the one of the tree, actually that tree has no any essence. You take out all the skins, then no any essence in the tree, like no kind of a root there. So take over all the skins, then it's gone. Same samsara, you really investigate, then nothing is true essence, something like truly essence benefit something. You cannot find anything, so which has no core. The main point is, whatever we do in samsara, finally we don't get anything. We don't never done anything in samsara. The thing about, all these beings take birth in samsara many lifetimes, but never finished, never done, not get anything actually. Last minute when we die also, like we work very hard in this life, when we die then nothing get, you always gone. So nothing get any true essence. That's why Nagarjuna said the point is not to fixation, grasping to samsara. Mind must be free from samsara, like not to attachment to the samsara. That's he giving suggestion for us. So we have to do work, we have to take care, our body. That's why we have to do many things, take care, but we cannot so strong fixation, only thinking about that. So, we have to maintain what we have, but the point is like mind need to relax, freedom. That's the more important in this case. Then next is 59. 59 is a very famous example actually. Many teachers in the philosophy books, Dharma teaching books, they use this quote all the time. So this one talk about precious human body. So how hard to get, this precious human body. Then the precious human body is, is harder to get, but can be really negative, it can be really positive. Human beings, so many beings in the world, but human beings can be do really good, can be do really bad. So also you get the human being's body is harder, especially connect with the spiritual is more harder. So that's why it's a Nagarjuna sharing this example. Harder, studying that tutor chance up on the opening in a yoke, opening a great and the single sea. Is rebirth as a human after rebirth as a best. So had the secret Dharma king and make your life bear fruit. And this example is, so human beings, precious human body, I think we have to know the precious human body, really spiritual person, Dharma practitioner is very hard to get. So same is, like in this example. So think about all this earth is become kind of like ocean. And then in the ocean has one, so yoke. Yeah, yoke is followed by all the wind blowing the yoke in the ocean, over the ocean. So yoke cannot stay one place because of wind blowing. Then under the ocean have one tutor is blind. Tutor didn't have eye. So tutor come out under the ocean, come out 100 years time once again. So then tutor didn't have eye. He didn't know where is the yoke. Yeah, yoke is blowing the all over the ocean. Wind blowing all over the ocean. Then tutor neck is upon, I think, up on a great and a single sea. So tutor's neck head is go into the yoke. Yoke has a hole, so go into the head is a yoke the how to say into the head. So that is the kind of not possible, right? Do you hear or no? I don't know. It's my screen is stuck again.
We can hear Kempo. It is very unstable and it is breaking up a little bit. So yes. And
Okay, so I lost connections again.
yeah.
Today here, so I don't know, connections losing a little bit. If the loss again, so I'm going to share the hotspot, it's no problem. We have many choices. Do you get the example or no? One minute, I have to. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
You can hear?
Yes.
Okay. So the example, looks like we never ever we can get human being's body. So it's really hard to, tutor become, his head is into the yoke, right? You think so?
Make it precious and rare.
Yeah. So anyway, everyone understand, right? What Nagarjuna sharing, talking about. Yes?
Yes, Kempola.
Yes.
Okay. So the point is, precious human body is very hard to get. Then in rebirth as a human, after rebirth as a best. So take the human birth, then also rebirth as a best. It means like someone is really good life, meaningful life, positive life, connect with the spiritual. So someone can liberate, like, use this life to liberate. And then that is rebirth as a best. It's very, very hard to get. So had the sacred Dharma king. So Nagarjuna said, Dharma practitioners have to recognize that, how precious we have opportunity. So he's sharing the Dharma king in this letter. He said, so had the sacred Dharma king means like he's sharing for us, we are Dharma practitioners. So have to recognize this, how we are lucky because we have all these opportunities. The point I think Nagarjuna said, sharing for Dharma practitioners have recognized how hard to get that opportunity. And make your life bear fruit. It means like this life is, Nagarjuna said, make meaningful, liberate, life bear fruit means like get a result. What is it? We have to get a result is liberation. So use this life, create, liberate. Then that kind of life is not easy to get. So same example up there he shares. Okay, so we can be this kind of, very hard human beings, precious human beings body get. Same as the Nagarjuna shared the, tutor and the yoke example. So if we wanted to have like that kind best, the human beings birth, then we have to get fruit is liberation in this life. So this example is, I don't think, for all the human beings. This example must be someone who use this life to liberate in this life. So that kind of person is followed by this example is correct, can be correct, right? Otherwise, so many human beings, then this tutor is only 100 years, comes one time in the, out of the ocean, come from the ocean out. So not possible. So must is like this example followed by someone can use this life and liberate. That kind is very hard to we have to recognize, get precious human body. Then verses 60. 60 is also example. Example is more stupid, means like someone not intelligent, stupid yet. The one who throws some slopes into a golden vessel or jeweled. So is he who is gained a precious human birth and waste it on evil, sinful life. So the first is example, this foolish people or stupid one, someone who don't know the value, the person has like special treasure, object, vessel or giver. So the person used for the object is throw some slopes, means garbage, right? He used for garbage can. Then someone who know the value, how precious that object, they recognize that person is stupid. Yeah. And so we have to recognize, in this, who has precious human body, like human body, and that person all the time doing no virtuous deeds. Yeah, that person is like same as this kind of like example. It's stupid. That's Nagarjuna. He recognized, he see clearly, because precious human body is very hard to get. You can use the precious human body. We can liberate in this lifetime. But we don't use correctly samsaric beings, especially samsaric, these human beings, and then all the time create no virtuous deeds. So Nagarjuna said that person is more stupid than in someone, has a special object, giver, vessel, or giver used for garbage. Many people, worldly people, think that person is stupid, is foolish. But Nagarjuna said, someone create no virtuous deeds more foolish or stupid than that person, right? Someone used this vessel object is for trash can. So that's why it's he who is gain a precious human birth. And waste means like wasting, no use for. It was same for life. It's more same for life. So it's a very good example, I think. Do you think so? So this kind of, example, we have to read, think, and really have for your life. It can change. Then you recognize, like how important this life. We have to do something good and meaningful. So usually we stuck with something is no meaningful things. Then no meaning for also worldly things, no meaning for then, of course, dharma, right? So if you cultivate these verses, then even you do the worldly things, you do something meaningful, no meaningful for worldly your life. Then you go more, the more deeper or more understanding, then you will do something good for future life, for meaning for something for future life. So that's kind of, you can get suggestion, instructions from this teaching, these words. Then we're doing something like, incorrect. You have to think about these verses. Oh, so this is like, I'm doing same as this stupid guys doing, So I have to change, right? You can think and you can change. Use these verses. It's talk about, human beings' body, how important. And then you use your life is correctly. You don't wasting your life. So many people has, like so many different kind of, difficulty, problem, sufferings in the world. All this difficulty, different kind of suffering is come from due to is because of not recognizing who we are, who you are, like we are. They don't recognize who they are, right? True. They don't recognize. They don't recognize the point is a precious human body. Then that's why then always suffering. People has said where is the sad is come from? No recognize precious human body. Where is then many people has depressions. Where is these depressions come from? Because no recognizing precious human body. And there many people always, jealousy. Why? Because they don't recognize precious human body. Many people all the time anger, strong desire attachment. Why? Because they don't recognize precious human body. So due to that, then they create so much, it's negative things. That's why the true medicine is recognize precious human body. So long as you recognize precious human body, I think many people, we are not stuck with the sad. Because the sad means like we always sad is due to the self-grasping and attachment. So we think always I don't have. Yeah, I don't have family, or maybe I don't have a job, or I don't have friends, or I don't have money, or I don't have a house, I don't have a car, that kind of, or the no, they think about too much and then feels very sad. So long as you recognize precious human body, you don't think that all the time negative things, right? You think, okay, I have precious human body, so how lucky I have this body. And then you can think about like comparing, not someone who has better lifestyle than you, right? You can look to someone who don't have, same situation than you. Like think about many country, the people don't have food enough, no drink waters, no clothing enough. So they're just only 100% looking for food and drink whole life, sacrifice. And so that kind of you think, then your situation is comparing them, not that bad, especially in the Western country, So if long as you really do good, something yourself, take care, you can get jobs, like you can do something, and you can take care of your body. So then, many country has problem with the war, violence, no safety, only thinking about safety, how to survive. So then no freedom, so many problems. So you have to think that, and I'm free from that, how I'm lucky, right? So then all this sadness is naturally released. So you think that, then also compassion arising in your heart to the others. So compassion arising, then is positive feeling. Compassion, sadness feeling cannot be together. So that's, I think, it's truth, I recognize that these two cannot be together. This sadness feeling is due to self-grasping, right? Cause root is. And, you cultivate, think about others, is compassion comes arising. So compassion is antidote to your self-grasping. These two cannot be together. Self-grasping feeling is negative sadness. Compassion feeling, thinking about other is a positive feeling. So then that remove your sadness. Then same, the same idea for people, many people has depressions. So depression is always thinking about me and I. So then due to that, society create so much negative things. So you cultivate a precious human body, think about others. and the situation, and then you also think about animal realms, like, you know, investigate animal realms. Then we really see, you know, our human being has much opportunity than all these animal realms. Much opportunity than, you know, like many country peoples. So you have that. Long as you recognize that, then and compassion arises to animal realms, you know, then compassion to arise to yourself too. So then you know how to take care of yourself. No thinking about, you know, like suicide due to the depressions. Become you get more courage, you recognize you have precious human body, how hard to get, then you want to use this human being life is correctly. So there, you know, many ideas that where you cultivate precious human body, you can release all this negative, you know, our feelings. So we can change our life, only practice precious human body. Then you do everything is correctly because we know how hard to get. It's so then easy to lose. That's why then you think I have to do something good way. So not using like stop it yet then one who throws some slips into a golden vessel or jewelry, right? Then we know, okay, I'm doing like that. So we don't want to do that way. So then we wanted to change, do correctly. So use this idea, you know, precious human body idea, really helps to transform our life. Change this precious human body practice can change our life. So this precious human body meditation is have to follow by cultivate. You know, you use analytical. Log to your situation, log to, you know, all these other realms situations. And then you analytical use. Then you recognize, you know, you have this good, precious human body and want to use correctly. Then next we go to verses 61. To deliver in place that befit the task, to follow and rely on holy beings, aspiring high with Mary from the past. These four great words are yours for you to use. So we have this opportunity, you know, right now who are in the zone, right? Because we are follow this teaching, so we have this opportunity. Nagarjuna say, follow these four. Then you have 4 words drive the car, right? You can go everywhere, wherever you want. You never stuck. So use these 4. Nagarjuna say, you can free from samsara. Then this kind condition we need. So to deliver in place that befit the task, I think that main point is, you know, we need a Dharma condition. Yeah, Dharma condition is you have opportunity to receive teaching, you have opportunity to practice Dharma. So that we have more than enough, actually more than enough. I think too much, sometimes too much choice. So then that's why sometimes we don't care that much. Don't not recognize how precious, right? The problems if too much. To deliver in place that, you know, we have all this condition befit this task. We have that part. Then that is number 1. Number 2 is to follow and rely on holy beings. So we have so many holy beings in right now in this world. So we can rely on these all holy beings and teachers. Then so Buddha Shakyamuni, Nagarjuna, and then right now so many realized beings. to follow and rely on holy these beings. We have this conviction, we have this opportunity. This is the second. Then third is aspiring high, means like we have aspiring, means like we wanting to do. We want practice Dharma. So, first like conviction Dharma is there. We have that. Second, like teacher, holy beings there. We have that. We wanted to follow aspiring high, very high aspiring. Kind of like aspiring bodhicitta. So we wanted to practice Dharma. We wanted to follow, rely on these holy beings. So that is the aspiring bodhicitta. Then the merit from the past. So then we have a karma, accumulation merit due to the past life. So that's why we have in this life, human beings' life, connect with the spiritual Dharma. So that is not due to, your something in this life is you are powerful or you are intelligent, not due to that. That due to is like connect with the previous merit. So with the merit from the past, right? So these four things we have. This four is a great verse. Are yours for you to use. Nagarjuna say, you have this. He pointing us, okay, you have this, four of this. This four is the same as a forward, dive. Then you can go right direction. You don't stuck, in the mud. So we don't use this four, we don't stuck in samsara. So Nagarjuna say, use this four. Are yours for you to use, means we have to use this. So that's the four great words, very important. Then next one, 62. The virtuous friends in whom to place your trust has brought pure conduct to perfection. Said the Lord, so follow holy beings, many are they who relied upon the Buddhas and found peace. So this one, Nagarjuna say, follow the holy beings. So what do we have to do? The virtuous friends in whom means like who follow the Dharma, who want to practice the Dharma. They all is a Sangha, right? Virtuous friend is a Sanghas. In whom to place your trust has brought pure conduct. Actually, the virtuous friend means like, I think this one is we have to rely on the holy beings, teachers. So, virtuous friend, like also we have to rely on the Sangha. We have to rely on the teachers, friends in whom to place your trust. Second is has brought pure conduct to perfection. So then practice like pure conduct, like create virtuous deeds, perfection. Said the Lord means like Buddha Shakyamuni told us that. So you have to follow the spiritual teacher and Sangha. You have to take care your conduct and pure conduct, no harming for other beings, cultivate virtuous deeds. So that's the Buddha told us, Nagarjuna said. So why we have to follow the virtuous frame, like, it's a holy being, the teachers. Reason is, holy beings, many are there who relied upon the Buddha and found peace. So Nagarjuna say, who followed the spiritual beings, then that person free from samsara. That person liberated. Many happen that. That's why Nagarjuna say, we also have to follow spiritual beings. Yeah. So you follow the spiritual beings, you can liberate. That's same as like many people did that. So who rely upon the Buddha and found peace. So next, verses 63. Verses 63 is talking about here is right now is 8 freedoms. So we have to cultivate a precious human body. When we cultivate a precious human body, we have to think about these 8 freedoms. In Tibet tradition, like many these different lineages, the tradition, they use this precious human body in this idea example, guide the meditation retreat. So someone go to retreat means they have to use this cultivate, meditate at least 100 days. Like they talk about a 4 thoughts meditation, have to meditate 100 days. So then that time they use these ones, cultivating. First we have to know this freedom. To be reborn with the false beliefs or yet as animals or pits or in here. So how many there already? First one is to be reborn with the false beliefs, one. So that means like wrong view. Someone has a wrong view, no follow the cause and the effect, no believe Buddha Dharma, no believe past and future lives. So then that's called wrong view. The wrong view has many different levels. So the basic wrong view is just someone don't accept the cause and the effect. Someone don't believe past and the future. So that's the basic wrong view. Then that person has a very strong negativity because don't follow the cause and the effect. They don't care about anything. So then that is the basic wrong view. Then go to levels wrong views. Until, Nagarjuna, he shared the right view. Yesterday we talked. Until that, it's all is a wrong view. But this one basic wrong views bring to the lower realms. So other wrong views taking to the higher realms, but not really liberating. Then second is, or yet as animals, so reborn to the animal realm. Animal realm also no freedom. Why is it no freedom? Because animal realm, you cannot enlightenment, liberate, enlightenment. You can take birth higher realms, animals, so they get good conditions, right? And the spiritual karmic imprints, they can take birth higher realms. But animal life cannot enlightenment as animals because due to ignorance. So enlightenment is due to the right view and recognize own nature. That kind of meditation you cannot share to the animals. Not possible. Even you cannot let them meditate together with you. You cannot turning with them. It's like chant the mantras, like that kind, not possible. So that's why animal is no freedom. Or Petrets is, I think, it's hungry ghost. So the animal has ignorance obstacle. Petrets, hungry ghost, has the very strong stingy, self-grasping. So the obstacle due to the perception, everything is dried, no water. The perception, everything's burning, no food. So that's why the endless suffering, hunger and thirsty. So it's called pets. So if you take birth in the hungry ghost, the 24 hours seeking food and drink, never ever have to think about the Dharma. So no opportunity. That is like endless suffering. Or in here is like, here realm is like explain lots in the below, both actually. Hungry ghosts, here realms explain more coming. So if you take birth in the here realms, then extremely heat and cold sufferings, burning, and frozen. So no opportunity practice Dharma. Then that is number 4. Then deep reveat of Buddha's words means no teaching. Dharma is never go to that place. So 100% against Dharma, some area. So that kind of area is called deep privy of Buddha's words. Some eons, like they say also no Dharma, because some eons, like dark eons, is never comes Buddha's share the teachings. So could be that kind, that is number 5, I think. Then number 6 is barbarians in borderlands. So it's some area, barbarian means like no Dharma. Dharma is no suit for them. So it's barbarians. So here says like barbarians in borderlands, the point is, I think, so doesn't matter where they are, because some, even one family can have 2 different kind. One is very spiritual, one is absolute 100% Dharma cannot hear, no happy. So Dharma never go into the mind. So it's barbarians in borderlands. So border is like the usually explain the place borderline, but I think it's mind borderline, blocked. Or reborn, draw and dumb. So then it's here has 2, I think it's barbarian, yon tangop to jewa. It's barbarian is yon tangop is like no dharmas, never Dharma go to that place. In borderlands, it's also like some never accept the Dharma. So that kind of, many different kind of beings. Then all reborn, draw and dumb means like really, really dumb. And draw is some also mute, cannot talk. So that kind, also obstacle for the practice of Dharma. How many already there? Okay, we have to count. 7 ready? Okay, so EDG says 7 already finished. Good. So then we go to the next one. Is the 8 is in the verses 64 has. Number 7 is gone, right? That is like we are free from that. So no, or born among the long life gods. So that's the number 8 of this 8. You see, of this 8. So long life gods has really good and very, very good means like in temporarily the joy and good desire place, very happy place. Then they don't thinking about the Dharma because they all has good opportunity in the God's realm. All the desire is there. So due to that, they don't think about the Dharma until they die. So if we take birth in this 8 of them, then not possible to liberate. So this is called, 8 obstacles for liberation. We are free from that. So that means 8 freedom. We are free from that states of these 8 defective states that give no opportunity. You must be free. See, long as we born this place, no opportunity to practice Dharma. We must be free from that state. So we are free from that state. And finding opportunity, be diligent to put a stop to birth. So we are free from that states. We are freedom. We get freedom. Finding opportunity. We have opportunity. Free from that states. We have opportunity. Be diligent. We have opportunity to liberate. That's why we be diligent. Means like we put effort. Put effort to a stop to birth. Stop birth means like stop taking rebirth again in samsara. So Nagarjuna, he really see samsara is a suffering. We have to, then his suggestion, if you are really good at, intelligent person, stop rebirth again in samsara. Yeah. So we are not intelligent. That's why we take birth. But good is we are free from we get 8 freedoms. So now we have this opportunity to stop, take birth again, samsara. How to stop this rebirth in samsara? Nagarjuna say, be diligent, put effort to practice Dharma. Then we can stop, take birth in samsara. So you can hear the chantings or no? That's okay or no?
We can hear, it just got a little louder, Kempo, so I don't know.
I don't know where does this come from. Maybe songbox is in here. Sometimes it comes, sometimes gone. Okay, so now come back again. I see they're chanting like Tibetan's English is separate, looks like. You okay or no?
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's okay.
Makes you sound like you're in the heavenly realm, Kempo.
Right, Curtis.
I'm going to move to another place. We see maybe better here. Speakers in the top of the ceiling.
Oh,
Actually, the temple is downstairs. No, it's okay, right? Better?
yes, good.
Okay, so now
Yes.
Verses 65. So 65 now is Nagarjuna sharing to defect of samsara. Specifically, he talked about the defect of samsara. We have 8 freedoms. So when we have to recognize we have 8 freedom. So 8 freedom is usually the meditators meditate, analytically and cultivating. So think about all these realms, then you really feeling is arising to all these realms suffering. And then same time, compassion arising in your mind. So under that, we have we have to practice. We really wanted to free from that state. Then get the core renunciation, wanting to liberate. So then here also Nagarjuna sharing another is called defect of samsara, more explain about the samsara is suffering. Defect of samsara is, or gentle sir is he calling us, okay? Gentle sir and gentle ladies and gentlemen, or what is called usually. So he calling us, Nagarjuna, sir, to make your disenchantment grow with this samsara, source of many pains, desires, fasted, death, ill health, old age, please hit its defects, even just a few. So he shares very few things here, defect of samsara. So the point is, we have to know in this samsara, within samsara, is naturally suffering. It's naturally suffering because called the suffering of samsara. So cause the thing about the Four Noble Truth, we have a origination of suffering and then suffering. So origination of suffering is self-grasping in the emotion. Due to that, all samsaric beings come from, emotion, causes defect of, the origination of suffering, then result is a suffering. So this is a suffering. Samsara is a suffering. Make your disenchantment means thing is create, very strong renunciation, right? Disenchantment means grow. So we have to grow like renunciation to the samsara. With this samsara means recognize this samsara, source of many pains. Like we love to see in samsara so many beings pains, desires. So many people has desires. Due to that, never ever satisfy, and then endless suffering, fasted. So then we have a death. So long as we have a birth, we have a death. Then we have air, we have health, old age. So this, long as we take the birth, then all this is coming sooner or later. It's no choice. We cannot avoid this. So that's why please had its defect. We have to recognize this, understanding defect of samsara, even just a few things here, Nagarjuna sharing for us. So we have to think this, again, and then we really know the samsara is suffering. Then we want to liberate. So you cultivate this defect of samsara, we arising very strong dissenchment. Grow means like renunciation is growing, wanting to liberate. So this helps not attached to samsara. So this meditation reduce actually our suffering. Because where is the suffering, come from, right? Source is attachment. Then you meditate the defect of samsara. You know that much, longer attached to samsara. So we are in the samsara, but you know that really stuck with the samsara. You can use this, like source of resource of samsara, like food, clothes, house, and whatever you have, comfort. You can use that, right? We need that. We need that. Long as we have this body, we need that. We use this, but you don't stuck with that. No suffering. Your boat is you using for the, cross the ocean. You don't using your boat is carry in your bag. So, long as you know the defect of samsara meditation. Many samsara, this low to human beings. Why suffering? Because all this, desire, or whatever they has also, object or what they own, everything, right? We have owned the things. They're carrying the bag. They don't use these things correctly. So then that's the reason suffering. So we have to recognize that, what we have to use correctly, no strong fixation attached to that. Yeah, we use like correctly and use for the good condition, our survive this body, support your body and mind, then practice for dharma. Then whatever you own things, also no suffering, no causes of suffering. Otherwise, it's all whatever we own, a fixation attached to that causes of suffering. That's the, we have to recognize the defect of samsara here. Then he's sharing more information, defect of samsara, Nagarjuna. So in this defect of samsara, it's, always changing. So you really cannot rely on anything. Yeah. The verses 66 is, me who have father, sons in turn are sons. In turn are sons, okay? So right now, our fathers, future could be our sons, right? Not always father become your son. Then, and mothers likewise, daughters. So mother, right now your mother could be one day your daughter. In Tibet, it says actually your wife, So all is changing. You really don't know who is that one, right? So the, samsara is a plate or sentient beings. That's why mothers likewise daughters. Better foes turn into friends. Like your enemies become your best friend. Your past life, the terrible your enemies become best friend in this life. Your best friend is past life, is in this life, is your enemy become. So that's why everything is changing to friends. The converse to is true. So that kind of converse, like changing to is the true. Nagarjuna says true. Because of this, samsaras never soar, I think, no essence. No sure, I think, no sure. Nothing is sure. Nothing is a certainty, right? Everything is uncertainty in the samsara. So due to the karma, and our enemies become your child. Your loved ones become our enemies. So that's always happening. We don't know that is a great, good thing actually. If you know, so then you don't want to be in samsara, I think. Good thing we don't know who they are, right? So we only follow by just temporarily. So everything is like, changing. They have a also good story about Phagpa Katayana is one of the monk who has a clairvoyance. He went to bake the food. So he baked the food, and then the mother hold the child, and she giving the breast to the child, and then there has a door, so she kick out the door and she eating the meat. Then Kataya recognize, he see, like he said, Pasha Sache Maladang means eating the meat is father's past, past life, her father's reborn to maybe fish or animal, so that meat is she eating. Pasha Sache means like eating father's flesh. Maladang means he trade to the mother, means the door is become mother. He kick out the door, and Maladang means like he trade to the mother. Lengi Dao Pang the zone means like karmic connection, is enemy is become child. Enemy is holding in the love, holding, blessing. So he says samsara is ridiculous. So he saw that clairvoyance, he said that words. But that is just only one example. Then many like that, Yeah. So we also, born to like our parents is become like, could be like enemies past life. That's why we born the child, could be. So, so then right now our enemies like used to like loved ones. So it's always, no certainty. Everything's uncertainty. Not always like that. Okay, you never think again. Always that kind of happening. No. So just some people has that kind of condition happen. Some is can be like your past mother, and it can be also good way to happen connections, right? Your loved ones also can be good connections in future life again. But sometimes like negative conditions strong, bring negative ways together. Sometimes positive conditions strong, positive ways comes together. We don't know. Everything's uncertainty. So nothing is, sure and certainty, right? So everything's impermanent. That's why. So that's why Nagarjuna say here, because of this, samsaras never sure. That's, you cultivate, recognize this. Then they reduce attachment. Reduce hatred to the others. Okay? So you can bring equanimity for everyone. So each this meditation not create sadness, suffering ourselves, okay? Then you know doing correctly. This each meditation bring you positive something for your mind. So long as you use these things, then you know love your children, you love more, but at the same time you know hatred others son, others children, you know, like you can become together same. So same is like others also same is your children, right? That kind of, you know, this idea is become bring equanimity, no aversion, no attachment. So no strong fixation attached to our own loved ones, no hatred to others, bring equanimity. So long as you bring equanimity, your mind is liberating, freedom. Because you are free from attachment, you are free from hatred, aversion, right? So you all bring equanimity together. That's the result of this meditation. No, you know, like then you cannot say I don't love my sons or my children. Could be they are my, you know, something else, purpose of life. Then that is wrong idea again. And there also can be like your loved ones' purpose. You don't know. We don't know. Everything's uncertainty. Okay, main point is, right? So that's why then you recognize everything's uncertainty. Everything's like changing. Then you have to bring equanimity, reduce attachment, reduce aversion. Then verses 67. 67 is we have to know like so many lives take birth in samsara. You know, not only one lifetime. Know that every being has drink more milk than all the four great ocean could contains. Okay, so think about, we take the birth of the child. Child always drink the mother's milk, right? Milk, yes. Okay, doesn't matter we reborn the human being or animals. So first, I think they always have to drink the mother's milk. Growing is correct, yes. So I know all the animals we raising in when I was in Tibet. I'm nomads, so we know all these animals when they're born, so they have to, you know, get mother's milk. And then human beings, yes. So know that every being means like every for us, okay. Being has drink more milk. You know, we drink more milk than all the four great oceans. So that means like we take so much birth in samsara could contain, you know, if there we drink milk is like we put somewhere, it's already same as the four oceans. Great oceans, four great oceans. So that kind already we took the birth. We drink already that kind of milk already. And stirred by a morting common folks. If still you follow by same as a previous life, you know, follow the same as in these samsaric beings, you're going to drink more than that again. So that means you're going to take birth like endless, like more. It's really beautiful, these teachings. So then mortal common folk, you know, if we follow by other samsaric beings, we're going to drink another great, you know, four great oceans milk again. Do you want that? No, right? We don't want that. I don't want even drink like milk, same is like, you know, maybe like of course we don't want one lifetime, like same maybe 100 gallon. I don't want to drink 100 gallon milk again. Do you? If you want to drink 100 gallon milk, so you have to take couple birth, I think. So from the mother. I think this one no content, you know, we just drink cow's milk, right? But this is only talking about the mother's milk. So then, because of this, samsaras never, or sorry, we are in others, they all cycle cyclic existence, drinking ever more and more. So if you follow, you know, samsaric beings again, you does the same thing again previous life, you're going to drink more than that. You're going to drink more than 4 great oceans, you know, milk again. We don't want that, right? So that's good. We want to liberate. We have at least a renunciation, some, you know, some levels. So that's a good thing. Then 68. 68 is no, is talking about our bone. You know, if we take the birth, previous life or the previous life, the collect our bones, live one place. Nagarjuna says already same is the bone marrow. Good thing, you know, the bones we don't put together, like, or it's gone dissolved to the earth, right? So yesterday we talked when we die, this body is just dissolved to the earth. Nothing is left, essence, anything. That is a good thing. If you left something, your bones collected together all the life, then your bones, we cannot say yours, our bones, each one, our bones is the same as a bone marrow. So we created so many bones. So half of all the bones each being has left would reach to marrows, top or even higher, more bigger the bone marrow. Already more higher than that if we collect it together, you know. Then to count one's mother's lineage with the pairs, the size of berries, the earth would not suffice. Yeah, so we count like how many mother we have a past life. Use this whole earth, okay, use whole earth. The content size is, you know, size of berries, like, I don't know berries, like how big. I don't know what it's talking about berries means. Very tiny, yeah? Okay, so the very tiny, that kind of size, you know, use this earth to make the like pieces of like, you know, small pieces, or they use earth. My previous mother, the earth is gone. Still your mother, you know, no finish counting. So that means like all beings used to our mothers. Because we can count the beings, you know, we can count human beings, but can be count animals too if used like this earth, like this way. Takes like million years to count, I think. So, but then earth is finished, but our mother previous life still not finished. So that means one each being can be many lifetimes mother, you know, not only one lifetime's mother. To count one's mother's lineage with pairs, the size of berries, the earth would not suffice, means earth is going to finish. Mother is still cannot finish a count. So that is like we take so many lifetimes in samsara, take birth in so many, it's countless life already take birth in samsara. When we chant these verses, really have for no escape for death. So we know like okay, so many lives are death, right? It's anyway going to die. So it's you can easily accepting death is accept. Long as you accept the death, so then that's also positive. Yeah, long as we accept our sickness, long as we accept old age, so long as accept all this kind of source of different problems in samsara, so that really helps. We are courage. This helps. No strong attached to fixation. Then also we can accept or whatever that comes. No really scared for death. Then the next one is 69 verses. 69 verses is also reduce ego, I think, and also not attached to like powers. So and universal reward. And is like called universal reward, means like highest level king. So no one is higher than Enda. The king is King Enda is like God's realm's king. So then everyone respect to Enda. Then Enda is very far again to earth through actions force. So due to his karma, Enda is also falling to lower realms. Because why he get the position? Because due to his accumulation merit karma, he's become Enda, means universal king. But then when he finishes his karma, he falling into lower realms. And he so actions force, and he who rule the universe as king. So then someone like become universal king, where be a slave within samsara's where. So someone is become like falling to the, in slave in the within samsara, because it's a karma. Everything is a cyclic existence, like going wrong. Yeah, so we know, so like many presidents is go to the jail, right? It's most powerful the person in the country. Is one day that person is in the jail, everyone beat and die. So we know that. So most powerful person, the people cannot criticize. Even the criticize, that person go to jail, right? So then one day that person, everyone beat up and and care. It's lose the power. Because it's due to karma. So that means like in the samsara, you get highest level, possessions, but it's temporary. It's going to falling again. Many presidents is go to the jail, we know. Richest people become homeless. So all is changing, right? Homeless people become richest people. That I see many in the YouTube. I don't know if it's true or not, but some homeless has become richest people. So that kind of happening, right? And then the slave, slaves become samsaras, where means, is the king of this universal kings is falling to the where be a slave within samsaras where. This is true, right? You think so? Okay, so everyone agreed. Everyone agreed. I'm very happy. So all is changing. That means like when we have like high level positions, you cannot get ego attached to that. You have to recognize everything is impermanent. Then that helps become one day lose, suffering. Because see the democracy's presidents after 4 years, if they lost, it's okay. But dictator lose is more suffering. More suffering because the reason is that more fixation attached. The democracy system, like so like you can be like maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. After that, you have to go. No choice. That they just accepted that already. The less suffering than dictators. So the point is, whatever we get higher position, good things, we cannot get arrogant. So it's impermanent. It's changing. That's what we have to know. And then, it's a very big slavery. We cannot push down people, because slavery also can become king. Homeless people can be richest people in the country. So that's why we cannot push it down. We cannot get egos. This idea is bring equanimity. We have to bring ideas together, like all, everyone kind of equal right. Understanding equal right, bring equanimity. So it's really helpful. This verses helpful when we get courage, ego, chant this one, reduce ego. And sometimes we, push down people, right? I think I'm the best, like he or she is now, then chant this one. Okay, so everything's uncertainty. That can be really good, then you respect to others. It's good teacher, So next is verses 71. So 71 is have to reduce attachment. Okay, attachment, cannot really right now. What we have is something good foundation or something. We have really good pleasure things. So we have to recognize everything is impermanent. You cannot really attach fixation to that. For years, you may have stayed on Meru's crest, delighting as it yeared underfoot.
Kempala, I'm sorry. We're on verse 70.
Oh, 70.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So thanks very much, Melissa. 70, okay, verses 70 is reduced attachment. So for ages, it was rapture to carries, I think. It's poetry, it's very hard to read. So anyway, you have this one, even I don't read, you understand, good thing. I understand the meaning because I have a Tibetan, So even I don't understand English exactly what it says, but I understanding that generally idea. So that's why I can explain. So we cannot attach to our comfort, mean ponder, okay? So we cannot attach to our desire because impermanent. For ages, it was rapture to caress. The lovely breast and wares of heaven's meat. No one will bear the terrible caress, the crush, the ashy, and the tear of hairs meshing. It's when you read this, like you feel scared, That's a good thing, Because why we feel scared is we have self-grasping, right? Self-grasping, self. So then you feel scared. That helps become you destroying your self-grasping. Yeah, and you have to know two things. Like they have a fear. The two fears, I think. One negative fear, one positive fear. Okay, negative fear is you fixation attached to you losing that you have fear is called negative fear. That makes you become then self-grasping is very strong and fixation is very strong. You get fear, negative fear. The positive fear is, you recognize the hell realm's suffering, okay, and hungry God's suffering, and animal realm's suffering. You have fears, so that fears is positive. That fears helps remove the negative karma to take birth to the lower realms, and that fears like help you to change. Yeah, and that fears wanted to become practice dharma, okay, and wanted to do some good things. That's why it's called positive fear, no negative fear. If you get a fear, then that is a really good sign. You really receiving the dharma teaching. If you don't get any feelings, then your heart is the same as matters, not human being's heart. Okay, so we need to get fears. That is really good. I don't know, you get fears. Sometimes I get fears, especially first time is more fear. Then you chant more. One day you like get it's it's lose that fears. It's not good, but actually you have to create a fear. It's good. Then another reason, people doesn't want to listening. I know that many people don't want to listen this Nagarjuna letter to his friend because this kind of words they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear because they're scared of fear. So you scared like positive fear actually. If you scared positive fear, you always create negative fears. Negative fear that bring us samsara, suffering. Positive fear is create nirvana actually. You're liberating. So think about it like something in your body, it's you can recover, that surgery, right? If you use surgery, you can recover. If you don't surgery, you cannot recover. So then the person don't want surgery, they don't want to hear, body has something, like cancer or negative, sickness, something in disease in your body. You don't want to hear. Then that may become worse and worse, right? If you use surgery, if short term is harder because it's like, surgery, this time have medicine, so helps become you don't fear and the pain, but could be used to really pain. Like long time ago, they don't have this medicine, surgery or take out something is really pain. So, we know that like people get shoot in the war and that bullet go to the body, they take out the bullet from the body. The person really painful, but if you don't take, then they're going to die. If you take out, not die, right? So if you don't take out, you live like maybe couple hours, you're feel comfortable. So that comfortable doesn't help you become the bullet is go away from your body, or bullet is not affected your body. Take out is more pain, but become you're recovering again. So same, you have to fear this. You have to recognize this teaching. Then you really knowing the samsara truth, and then you have become very strong again. Okay, so that's why this and the kind of the Nagarjuna, he's sharing this all the teaching is very powerful medicine. taste is really, really strong. Then, that's why many people don't want drink, because they're attached to the good taste, right? Flavor. So this one have very strong taste that they don't want drink. Use like, for medicine. Actually, this is a very powerful instruction. So you really know whole samsara situation. Truly, you dig in, samsara suffering is recognized. Otherwise, we don't know, then that means like always this samsara suffering is there. So now the point is here, the someone, like be with the goddess together, enjoy all the time with the goddess, beautiful with them, like, your desire or your condition, everything is great. You be with many, many lifetimes, like human beings, many lifetimes in the God's realms. You enjoy with that. But one day you finish your karma, you falling to again in the lower realms. It's in the hair realms. So then become our body is like hair realms, firewood, burned, right? And become ash. And tear over hairs machines, see, hair machines, cutting. So think about many animals, we do this. The body is cutting in the machines, right? Take the skins, alive animals take skin in the, put in the machine, the skin is taken out, whole skin. So we do this for animals, human beings. We see that clearly, right? These animals who helping the animal suffering, they are used to very powerful beings in the God's realms. They have enjoyment so much, all these desire things, but then falling to lower realm, animal, human beings touch. We do these kind of things for animals. So that's why, this meditation also bring equanimity, okay? So when we have good comfort, good things, we cannot attach to that fixation, right? Cannot arrogance. Have to recognize impermanent. So cannot fixation to that. Then we think about our other beings who suffering. We cannot push down, like don't care about them. That's also wrong. We have to recognize that they are due to like the karma, even though it's like samsara, karma happening, they're suffering. But when they finish it, they can be go again higher realms. Who is in the higher realms? They can be go lower realms. So idea is we cannot, attach to higher position like that. We think, oh, they are so great, like president, okay? So many police protections, right? Wherever they wanted to go is they have a jet. And then wherever they get, so many people receive, like, just good things they have. We think, oh, they are great. We think homeless is bad. But higher who using this, good conditions, desires, they are exhausting good karma, and who suffering, they are exhausting negative karma. So then that goes like this, right? So that's why, who has wisdom, they're seeing more future, the compassion to equanimity for everyone. We have a compassion to who's suffering, but we cannot compassion to arise compassion to the president and who has high level positions, right? Because we think they are great, but who has a compassion, the wisdom, their compassion to them, they're ready to the falling down, yeah? And someone who suffering, they're seeing they are ready to going up again because it's samsara. So in this helps, meditation helps equanimity, compassion arise for everyone. No jealousy to someone has more position than us, higher than us. No hatred to like kind of push down like someone lower than us. So we bring all equanimity together. is kind of more equal, bring together. Then your mind is no heat treated, no attachment, free from attachment, free from anger. So that's the you have to recognize. Then your mind is liberate. Because why this suffering is due to attachment, due to anger. So you use this idea, no hatred, no attachment, your mind is liberated, then you are free from this suffering. We are free from this suffering. Then verses 71. So I think verses 71 and 70 is the same idea. So we finish the time we live here today. It's okay, everyone. I'm going to do the dedication, and then after you have questions, we can talk. Dorjen Chang, Delopa, Naropa, Marpa, Malarepa, Dharma, Lord Gambopa, Pamutupa, Lord Digompa, please be stopping us, most auspicious bliss of our Kajulamas. By this virtue may achieve our nations by defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who travels on the verse of bed, old age, sickness, death, across the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent precious mind, where is humble mason, may they rise, where is bold mason, no decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have a long, may good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activity separate find wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri the Vero realized automated state and as did the Samantha, but ever follow in the path and fully dedicate all the merit for sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the Tirikayas, by the blessing of the true unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit shall bear fruit. By the virtues collected 3 times by my 7 or beings in samsara and nirvana, and by in the rule of virtue, may I all sentient beings calculating unsurpassed perfect, complete, and precious enlightenment. May the teachings of Guru Digomba Ranashri, whose nation, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, at the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay, so any questions?
Kambala, I had 2 questions.
Yes, Lamin, please.
Yeah, the first question, I was thinking when you talk about the Bodhisattva and the attachment and about our family and how we attach to our family. I want to know that if what is different between indifference and equanimity? Like if we love our family, it causes suffering. Of course, if anything happened to my family, I would feel really sad. So is it that I just become indifferent? Or what is equanimity? And when Bodhisattva help sentient beings, what kind of attitude? If she or he is not non-attachment, how can he help if he's non-attachment? That means he's indifferent, or what does it mean unattachment when they are helping other sentient beings? That's the first question.
First question, I didn't understand, Laming.
Question is, as a bodhisattva, if we are not supposed to attach to our family, and then so we should be indifferent to our family suffering, or how is that a bodhisattva helps sentient being with equanimity? How can then, without attachment, how can you help other people without any, like, are you becoming indifferent? If you are indifferent, why do you even bother to help others? Do you get it? My question?
So you mean the without attachment, how they can have for others, you mean?
Yes. If I don't care, why should I help them?
The economy, I think, is then more help for them.
But equanimity is one thing that, oh, it's their karma. I cannot change their karma. That's the bodhisattva, keep the equanimity. So if that's way, that what is the difference between equanimity and indifference? Indifference means I really don't care.
Actually, Bodhisattvas, I think, really care about all the beings. But they don't, their knowing is like something you cannot do, and then they don't just babysit well, right? And when they really knows, like they can help, truly they can help, they'll be there. So there we see the Buddha's, like story, and he didn't have his his attachment, right?
Yes.
Okay, otherwise he must be at home. He felt his father's desire.
And
yes.
He also failed to protect his country because he know that it's their karma.
Yeah, that he can. Even long as he can protect, he protecting. He cannot protect. He just due to the karma, he knows he cannot do anything. Okay, so Bodhisattvas, knows they can help. He help them. Yeah.
So if they can, they cannot.
They can. They cannot. Both.
Okay.
They can.
The
When foundation is possible, they can. Is there? They are there. They cannot. Then they say, okay, just go. He knows that when his father died, he said, yeah, you have to die. Just, don't attach to, your kingdom. He just gives suggestions, let go. And self is not exist. Your eyes no self, no nose is your no self. And focus, breathe, meditate, calm, concentrate. So he gives these suggestions, let go. He said, don't attach to. Buddha never cried when he died, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Camera, my second question.
Then, yes, when no attachment, like all activities, no attachment, he benefited. When ready to, he can benefit them, he benefited them. But not ready, he just said wait, time, right?
Okay.
So think about his wife, Buddha's wife, she wanted to become nun. She said, I'm going to nun, follow the Buddha. He said, no, not ready time. Time is not ready. When time comes, you can be. So he never, so they give up, but have to wait the time. Okay.
Okay. Okay. My second question: when you are talking about when we are suffering, we are spending our karma, and after the suffering, then we will get out of the suffering. Then we can be free again. But when we are really in a high position, and then we are really, really enjoying it, but our karma went, then when we finish the run, then we suffer again. But I have a feeling about the first statement about suffering, because I see a lot of people when they are in suffering, they are not going to spend their suffering because they are being very, very angry at everyone, every person, and every second step. So I feel that they suffer from their past karma, but when they are suffering, they actually create more negative karma. So they're not going to finish the suffering. They will continue to suffer until wisdom comes to his or her wisdom. Know that, oh, I'm creating my own karma. I'm making myself suffering. Then the suffering can be spent, can be finished. Otherwise, not because you are suffering, then you are finish your karma, then you don't suffer anymore. From my observation, it's not like that, because a lot of people, when they are suffering, they become more stupid, and they really, really angry with everyone, and they create more negative karma.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes, right, Lami.
So it's really not because you are suffering, then maybe after suffer 1 month, then you are okay. It's not like that, isn't it?
Yes,
You have to have the wisdom to know that, oh, this is my past karma. So now I have to return. I have to do something. I have to change. Otherwise, you continue suffering. That's all. Isn't
Yes.
it true?
True, yes,
Okay.
Lami.
Thank
Correct.
you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So now anyone has questions? No questions. Thank you, everyone.
Tempura.
Solo
Sorry.
has a question, Kempo.
Can I, the sound is okay?
Yes.
I have 2 questions. It's related to yesterday's teaching, and Tempura once has teached us about even good-hearted bodhisattva or practitioners doing good, but it can be obstacles with good motivation and good intention, but it can be obstacles. Kempora said in the Milarepa's teaching, and but you know, the kindness or love is the heart of the Dharma, right? And so how come obstacles? Is it because of lack of wisdom? I mean, I'm
Well, the obstacle is the some not enough accumulation merit.
yes.
Yeah, long as then someone who has accumulation merit, they do something always successful.
Oh,
And
yes.
so not enough accumulation merit, and even they have good intention, then get obstacles is sometimes is like stuck, don't flow. So that's why we create accumulation merit. Yes.
Yes. My question is, for example, yesterday Kempora said there are paths, accumulation paths, engaging paths, seeing paths, like that. And I've heard until we reach the seeing path, we cannot offer our body.
Yes.
And like that, is there anything with good intention and good motivation, but we prefer not to offer? What else we can't do until it is like Ramen's questions Ram's question, wisdom first, and then we can help others. Or, of
Uh,
course,
There, you know, like Sola, this part. So the part is individual levels.
yes.
So we cannot say like why this can do, why cannot do, because you know, individual levels according to. Until first for me, Bodhisattva, so still you have a strong attachment, fixations. So due to that, if you give up something you regret, you can suffering yourself. You know, that's why, you know, Dharma practice also no hurt yourself, more safety. Yeah.
Sorry, Dharma practice?
Dharma practice give you more safety for yourself. So some you say like, I'm going to give my body, my example, like body, okay, give up. We don't talk about that too difficulty, right? Until Bodhisattva first, let me Bodhisattva. So, you know, like right now we have a house, like example, someone say, give me your house. Don't give your house. My suggestion, okay?
Yes.
The point is because you need a house, you attach to your home, you need a house, you're not ready to give up your house.
No ready, yes.
Yeah, then someone ready to give up, there's someone really not rely on the house, say, okay, give up house, good thing, you know, give.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, then you maybe you have extra houses you don't really use, you don't need, then you can give it so good. But you know, like you, long as you need a house, you cannot give house where.
Yes.
It's followed by, you know, like your cannot is like, or it's a dependent individual situations. They don't have a, like say cannot roles there.
Yes. So I'm sorry, I can't get well about so if ready we can help. Not ready, then not sacrifice oneself
Yes,
is better.
yes.
Okay. I understand. And one more question. With words, I can say, I can encourage someone else, or I can, but actually, I don't have enough wisdom what he or she really need. So we have to cultivate wisdom.
That's I didn't get the Sola.
Actually, I have a kind of fear in this world. Many women become slave, kind of slavery. And if not only me, but someone become bodhisattva, then he or she willing to go to hell. Is that right? If someone really bodhisattva wants to help others, then he or she willing to glad to go to hell to help the kind of suffering people. But actually, I don't have that enough courage right now. So if somebody become Buddha or Bodhisattva, then they have to change their happiness to suffering to enough courage to change. So Buddha or Bodhisattva have a courage to go to hell. Is that right?
It's
Like in this world, there are wars, really suffering.
This has a long story. One story I'll share with you, maybe.
Yes, please.
The story is like we follow by Lamens. We talk to, it's the Buddha. So when he cannot protect like his, kingdom. So we talk to like, and that time, the war, the story say war is like in one kingdom try to take over the Buddha's kingdom.
Yes.
Buddha knows it's due to karma, is he cannot, help them to any protecting them. So it's due to karma, because then the other, country take over, so the kingdom, and all the guys are killed, and all the girls put in the jail, prisoners. So then this girls has very strong devotion.
Yes.
And very strong devotion. So it's they're called the Buddha and pray to the Buddha. So Buddha is able to them and share the teachings. When they die, is always liberating. So that kind of story, like, so it's happening some things like that. But, you help means like our ordinary, like human beings, like our samsaric, beings perception maybe not happening, but it's somewhere else that, happening for different ways. So we're seeing not happening, but truly somewhere happening there, right?
Right.
So the Buddha knows that anyway, life is kind of protecting, but he can help them to liberate through their devotion. So they need connections to liberate. Without a devotion, he cannot help them. So they has very strong devotion. So he appeared to them. So they all fears is Buddha is there, and with them they're not suffering in the prison where they put, and that they die, they are liberated. So that kind of story is there. You don't know. This is we cannot like managing anything. Okay.
Okay.
Each situation you have to know, like how to act and take care of that situation. We don't have like say, okay, this situation you do this way. That is the same as the country law. This all the government law and the rules is like it's not suited for everyone. It's true law is like you have to, someone has need wisdom to look individual situation, so recognize what is right, what is wrong for that person, right?
Right.
So then we try to create something, say yes, no, that is the same as the government law and the rules. Yeah. So then some is like no make sense, the law and the rules. It's created so much suffering for people.
Yes.
Yeah. Some really need the law and the rules, they know in the law and the rules, right? Some not necessarily they have a law and the rules. So, that's why, you don't need to think that way. Just think about each situation, what is a good way to have. Always different.
Yes.
Thank
So,
you.
so really quick, can I have a fear with me that I can't for now I don't have enough courage to exchange the for example slavery women.
You don't have to change it, Sola. So you just practice, maintain and meditate, and then comes the compassion. So that's the exchange, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Change means you have to use your wisdom and compassion. No body, changing, right?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much.
So they're called Tongli meditation, like kind of you changing, right? You know the Tongli.
Yes.
You changing feeling, and then you arising compassion to them.
Yes. Yes.
the connect with the compassion. So then
Yeah.
that helps you. That compassion object is there. So that helping you, you helping them. Then it's dependent to each other, you know. So that's
even, yeah.
yeah. So use the Tonglen meditation.
So even if I'm not near that
No need
God.
never the far. You know, Tonglen meditation is just bring the mind, imagination. You know, your just mind. You can only with in the higher realm beings. You can only meditation lower realm beings. You don't need it in the front of them.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Patricia. Yes.
Thank you for the teaching. Thank you. Kempo, I have a friend and he's very toxic. He's alcohol, he smokes, and he was keeping calling me. But once I told him that I don't want to, I told him not to talk to me. But I don't know what to do because I'm very worried about him. And he's a very kind person, but he's very toxic. And I don't know what to do to help him. And I have a family in my family. Somebody that I know she's doing bad things that she thinks is not bad, but they're bad. And she's getting a very bad karma. And two, I don't know how to help her.
So you have to, you made your friend has a problem, right?
A very strong problem, yes.
So I really cannot give a suggestion much because I don't know the order, you know, like the person what need the situations, so like have to recognize, right? Give you suggestions, that kind of situation, right? And if I give something unknowing and not knowing the person's situations is, you know, doesn't help you that much.
Okay.
So
well,
just you know, so like which is a good way for that person to do something, right?
perhaps doing Tonglen, it would be
better you don't talk is great, you know, really help that way. You know, your practice dharma like that helps for that person.
well.
So,
I have been.
I don't know.
Sorry, Kempo. I have been trying to tell him to do meditation and to have a spiritual path and to talk about the Buddha and Dharma, but he listened, and afterwards he told me that he can't. He don't practice anything, and he came to me because he wanted to do meditation, and but I told him the last time I wanted to help him with meditation, and he told me, no, I don't want anything of that right now.
So then you can give a suggestion to see the doctor, you know, like kind of like what the get cares, and if you don't want to do the spiritual anything, so you can give another suggestions, worldly cares.
I have done whatever you can imagine. A lot of things that I have because I'm very worried about him.
Okay, so anyone can give a suggestion to that.
Thank you.
It's Anga. Ati has idea.
Okay, Ati.
Trisha, hello. The only thing that came to my mind immediately for your friend is some people can't accept meditation, sitting formal meditation, but I tell them everything's meditation and they're not separate. I think that if you can reduce the separation from goodness is the way that I go through to get to unreachable people.
Wow.
That the goodness is always there. The innate purity is already there. The meditation is already there. They just have to recognize it, and it takes time. And then I also suggest anybody who can reduce drinking alcohol, that's also a benefit for them. Wow. And that they have the power to do whatever they want. And then you empower them and they say, you have the power